Hi, everyone. This is Ruby Blow of Development Counts. And of course, it is a couple of days before Thanksgiving. But yes, I'm still writing my blog post, so I'm still doing a video for my blog post. The past couple of weeks, I've shot a video and then posted it, but I decided to go live this week. And what I want to talk about is a topic that's been coming up this week among my counselors I supervise and, just people I know in general. Hi, Nico. Um, and so that topic has to do with basically how to stop feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and taken advantage of. Hey, Daisy. And this comes up a lot, especially for people who provide service to others or people who help others, and maybe just people in general. I don't know. But, uh, to cut to the chase, what I want to say is the first thing you have to do to stop feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, and taken advantage of is to stop giving so much. Now, for many of you, this is the opposite of what you've been taught. You've been taught to give. Look at all this, y'all are tripping. You've been taught to give and give and give, till your hands bleed, until your heart is spent, until you're bone tired. But one of the things you have to do to stop feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and taken advantage of is to stop giving so much. Now, that doesn't mean that you should not give. It just means you should stop giving so much, especially when you yourself are feeling depleted, or this is actually what leads to you feeling depleted. The second thing I would recommend is stop trying to please people. Yeah, this is true. One of the reasons why I'm going to give this message today, someone wrote, seasonal depression this time of year is intense for people who have a hard time managing their emotions. That's right. And one of the things is there's such a high state of expectations at the holidays to have a great time, to enjoy everyone in your family, or for people who can't be with their families, there's this feeling of loss because they're not with their family, or maybe they're dealing with, grief and loss, or whatever the case might be, or they're not happy in some element of their life, and the state of happiness we're expected to be at the holidays kind of heightens that sense of, but everyone else seems to be happy. And the other part is there's a lot of giving going on. Sometimes material things, sometimes it's just giving in a charitable way. And so it's not that we shouldn't give, but we shouldn't be giving so much, especially when we're feeling depleted. And then the second part is we need to stop trying to please everyone. Stop people pleasing. I know I'm not the one to invent the phrase. I know you've heard it before. Maybe you've tried it and it's lasted for a couple of days, but then you revert back to people pleasing. But it's really important that you stop trying to please everyone all of the time, especially when you have lost touch with what you actually want as a result of trying to please others. And then you might start feeling resentful because other people don't appreciate how much you have done for them. And they don't appreciate it because in many cases, they didn't even ask you for it. So you have to stop giving so much, and you have to stop people pleasing. And lastly, and there are really more items, but these are the three I'm going to focus on. You have to let go of perfectionism. In my field as a therapist, in my training of other therapists and mentoring of other therapists, one of the biggest phrases I hear from people is, it's really important for me that this go perfectly. I can't stand for it to not go perfect. If my hands are on it, it needs to go well. I need to do a great job. And so the idea that everything needs to be perfect is something that is absolutely holding you back from happiness. I have never in my life said the phrase, I'm a perfectionist. Why? Because I don't believe in it, because it's not real, because no one is perfect. And when you try to make things perfect, you will ultimately fail. And then that failure will feel like something is wrong when in fact nothing is wrong at all, because there's no such thing as perfect. It's really critically important that you embrace failure, that you embrace that it's okay that sometimes people are going to be disappointed. And guess what? People are going to disappoint you. And if you are holding this standard that everyone should be perfect and everyone should be trying to please one another, and these impossible standards, because you embrace those standards, you're going to constantly be disappointed in people, because people are not engaging with you at the same level that you are engaging with them. They're engaging at their level. So it's critically important that you, yes, seek reciprocity, but also pay attention to whether or not you are giving more, asking for more than whatever the personal or professional or even family relationship demands. I see this a lot in people who are unhappy in their work. They give at their job, and they see the position, the opening being given to someone else or someone hired from outside. People often don't appreciate the person that's right under their nose. Just know that that's the case. Be willing to walk away. Be willing to say no. Be willing to say, this is the best I can do in the time given. Be willing to say, I can't take on that project unless you're going to take one of these other projects off of my plate. Stop living under the mythology that things can be perfect, will be perfect, and that everyone will be pleased. Just let it go. You might be doing this with your children. You might be doing this with your spouse. You might be doing this with your friends, whoever you're doing it with. Try to get centered and grounded in that, for the most part, you have not only a right, but a need to take a break, to not come through for everyone, to not show up for everyone. You need to be able to show up for yourself. And from that place of wholeness, then you can show up for other people, but not for everyone. Or guess what? You'll be depleted all over again. So that's part of what I wanted writing about. This is really career connected for me, because I see a lot of people, especially in the helping profession, who are run down, who are burnt out before their time. They've just started. They haven't even put in 2 years, and they're already burnt out because they overgave and they overspent. Just like any kind of other overspending, you're going to hit a wall. All right. So if you are not signed up for my blog post, you can sign up at developmentcounts.com. It will come out Wednesday morning at 9:30. You can also read older blogs on my website, Development Counts, and you can also find my videos on my YouTube channel. Just go to my website and click on the YouTube link. Take care, everyone. Have an awesome Thanksgiving or whatever you plan to do. And you'll hear from me soon, of course. Bye, everyone.